Hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to everyone is live with us, and also good morning to everyone will attend this recording. I'm Gennaro Danna from in the northwest of Milan, Italy. I'm an Italian neuroradiologist, and today I'm so pleased to have an international guest from the other side of the Pacific, of the Atlantic Ocean, and I'm so happy to have with me this evening in Italy, afternoon in the US, to discuss about the beauty of radiology, Reed Omary from United States of America. And Reed, as usual, is radiology beautiful and sustainable?
It's so great to be here with you today, and thank you for the invitation. I look forward to our discussion and engaging in some deep conversations about the concept of beauty.
Yeah, definitely. We the beauty of radiology already was intended as the beauty of work, the beauty to stay in touch with the patients, with other speakers, the beauty to be cornerstone in diagnosis and follow-up for the patients, for the disease, and also the beauty of human body. Yeah, I'm trying to describe that studying radiology is like or not like, is studying anatomy. And I hope that radiology studies will be very early for the students of medicine to better understand the anatomy during the study of anatomy. But beauty is a very complex topic, and we can go century and century backward regarding the philosophy from the Greek, ancient Greek, and go on. What do you think about?
Well, as an American on an Italian as on an Italian show, I certainly need to do the hat tip to the concept of beauty. In the United States, the term beauty, I don't think carries the same weight and the same actual permanence in embedding everything that the concept has in Italy. I think that the notion of beauty, because the Italian culture is so deeply rooted in the philosophy of beauty. I think you've had not only centuries, but you've had millennia to really embrace the concept of beauty, going all the way back to some of the initial Greek philosophy that then became embedded within the Roman concepts of beauty, and thinking about harmony, thinking about proportions, thinking about geometry. And then when we extend that to the Renaissance and we think of Da Vinci, in that Vitruvius Man, that classic image,
exactly.
and the proportionality, and then thinking about how perspective was brought into the arts through the Italians. I think that has been critical to your concept of beauty. Do you agree?
Well, it's a concept. It started also regarding beautiful as a sort of attractive as a profession, because in Italy we are experiencing a shortage of physicians, and even the work of radiologists is quite suffering regarding the choice. And my also this series is intended to show uh, over the usefulness regarding the key concepts regarding the cornerstone in diagnosis and follow-up, and also as the important role in ER is also the beauty as to trying to going over the simple concept of workplace an interesting moment where I can stay at work, I can enjoy, but also the idea to stay happy and about what I'm doing, and also to try to receive a sort of attraction about the beauty, because when I see sometimes an MPR reconstruction of the vertebral column, when I see an MIP of carotid, I'm a lot of time fascinated about the beauty, and then it's over the simple concept of oh, how is useful that MIP or this MPR. Oh, it's also beautiful, and and it's also the reason, because a lot of time when some people asking me, oh, we can we do something regarding radiology or pareidolia, I'm always happy to do, because it's a way to be more creative and to try to extract the beauty of radiology, and to even to take care of myself, because beauty is important to stay safe for our soul.
Well, I absolutely agree with you. I'm an interventional radiologist, and I was always taught from being a resident at the University of Virginia to being a fellow at Northwestern, um, the importance of how the images we collected were a reflection of our skills as a radiologist, and particularly within interventional radiology, there was no because the image acquisitions were typically done by us as the physicians. There was no, there was nobody to blame if the image quality wasn't superb. We couldn't say, or we had to own that. And even when I was a fellow, the standard for all of the imaging that we did, and we completed in interventional radiology, even for all the complex angiograms, we as the physicians had to do all of the filming, and then click on the images that we wanted to save, and then send them over to the PAC system. So that's really the basis that I have had for my entire career. And I think that notion of beauty, the aesthetic beauty that is so embedded in the history of Italy, also extends to the beauty of the human body, the and there's no specialty that really understands that more than
Yeah.
radiology. But we also get to this. We can extend the concept of beauty. Is it's not the what I think I most admire about the concept of beauty is that it's not required to survive. Strictly from a biological function perspective, like, do we need beauty? It's one of these nice to haves. rather than essential. But actually, the more we recognize how much it adds to our lives, or in our case, to the practice of radiology, the more we realize that it truly is essential. It's essential to show the care that we have for our patients, the respect, the admiration and the gratitude for the patients entrusting us to take care of them. And so I think the concept of beauty extends beyond the aesthetics and just the nice to have. Fundamentally, it shows how much respect we have for the ability to care for others.
Well, this is a very interesting sentence and a very interesting concept, and I like it so much, and I will take care of this sentence. And this beauty of radiology, and this radiology is even sustainable, because we are experiencing a lot of issues, a lot of problems regarding the climate change, and luckily, this huge concept is in our finally, unfortunately, not too much on our headlines, and even radiology is invested by this wave, luckily. And is the radiology sustainable for this world, and how, in your idea, how we can do for it?
Well, when we think about the concept of health within the human body, the health is incorrectly often assumed as the absence of disease, and we know that health is actually, if we consider health as just the absence of disease, we're actually there's several problems with that. The first is we're defining ourselves by what we are not, and that's I just prefer to go through life defining myself by what I am. Actually, rather than you can't see here, but I think I'm more than being not tall. Okay, I'm a soccer player, not a basketball player. Although I play basketball, but I'm not physically. I'm really not physically constructed to excel at basketball, and so defining ourselves by what we are not, I think, is insufficient. And then also defining health as strictly in one dimension, I think, is also insufficient. So health isn't just there's no just on the physical level. I think we want to extend to the mental, the emotional, the spiritual. These are all the dimensions that add to the diversity of human life, of human experiences, of what it means to be alive. And we can take all of that, and then we could extend that concept of health, having all these different dimensions, and we can extend it to the communities we live in. You in Italy, me here in Nashville. We might have listeners in London or in Bangkok, wherever. But then we can take that out one more level and extend it to the planet, and the planet has all these other dimensions. So we've got, the life on the planet, where the life lives, the biosphere, So anywhere from 2 to 9 million different species are currently alive right now, and there's this relationship between them. Then there's, of course, the water. There's the land. There's the air. Having all of that be clean, having that be nurturing and sustaining. So we see this concept of multidimensional human health is so easy to extrapolate and extend to our planet. And the analogies are very similar, just like we wouldn't want to consume, eat something that's bad for us. That equivalent for the planet is polluting it. We wouldn't want to pollute, so we have these concepts that we can start small as one person, if you will, and then we can extend out to a community, extend it out to a planet, and think of health within each of those broader and more encompassing concepts, and realize that these are all embedded within one another. It's not possible to be healthy in the inside if we're not healthy in the outside.
Well, this is another great concept, also because we have to say that, and we have to be to have the feelings that we are each thing we are doing is important and is have an impact on the other part of the planet, and we have to be aware of what we are doing. And I'm so pleased that finally we are studying how to reduce our impact with in all our activities as mankind. I will think about pollution as a general condition, or the consumption of energy, to be more respectful with other part of this planet. And even as a radiologist, we can do a part. Definitely, we are as a radiologist, a profession with a lot of impact, considering the energy consumption, the production of waste, not only as an interventional radiologist, but even as a diagnostic radiologist. And luckily, we are trying to do something, and even the industry realizes that it's a concept to take into account, right?
Yeah. So radiology. First of all, we're really lucky to be radiologists. I think sometimes it's we of course can be overworked and overburdened and pulled in many ways, and increasingly that seems to be the case. So if we go back not even 10 years ago, the recent Nobel Prize winner, Dr. Hinton, the classic, in 5 years from now, radiologists are no longer survive. Well, those are headlines, and they're frankly wrong. And so we find ourselves in 2024 as we come up to 2025, where boy, do we need more radiologists? Do we need more radiology technologists? Do we need more nurses? We don't have enough people entering healthcare And so these quick fixes, oh, can we reduce residency by 1 year? You know, these have, these have some effect, but they're not, the concept of sustainability is having a, it's maintaining its support, its viability, it's creating in a positive feedback loop. And so the concept of sustainability, it extends beyond the planet. It's the concept we might think about environmental, but it's really easy to port that over to the viability of our specialty. And we think about sustainability, there's another aspect of it, and that's stewardship. It's having respect and care for a resource that is not in endless supply. So we just like art, beautiful art isn't everywhere. We have to cherish it. People are beautiful, and we need to really be proper stewards of not only patients but our workforce, because if we don't take care of our workforce, we don't have anybody to take care of the patients. And so the reason we are here is our patients. And sometimes the systems are set up where we lose sight. Everybody has their own, like nominally what their job is. But I think a radiologist really should be more than someone who only interprets images. Because if we only interpret images, well, that may be a time where Dr. Hinton is right. And we talked about this in the pre-AI days about bringing value to radiology, and the value was more than the image interpretation. We've had such a massive increase in demand for what we do. It's actually that whole notion seems almost like abstract and not real, because hey, we don't have any time. We just have to focus. The more we restrict ourselves to imaging without understanding how the imaging connects in the other pieces of healthcare, the more we risk becoming a commodity. And the unfortunate thing is that with COVID, that simply accelerated the commodification of radiology. And we have to, no matter how much it seems painful in the beginning, we have to overcome that, because if we restrict ourselves to image interpretation, the next step is that our value is, can we create a dictated report?
Well, yeah.
And if we just create a dictated report, then we move to a place where that's replaceable, and so I think the beauty of radiology is the human side of conducting radiology.
Well, and this is also a development of your concept of beauty of radiology, and I'm very happy of this development, and it reminds me a conversation we had in Vienna last February regarding the sustainability, and you already in Vienna told me that the importance of sustainability even for the workforce. because it's important for a hospital, a facility, to have respect of their work, of the workforce, and it's part of sustainability. And it was illuminating for me, also because I have some personal situations, and it was really illuminating for me. And even today, when you describing me this concept, is really interesting to go beyond the simple concept to of sustainability as try to reduce the consumption of contrast media, try to reduce the electricity consumption. Sustainability is also a way of life in everything.
Exactly. Because if we at its at a first pass, and this is correct, sustainability is about reducing waste. But once again, we want to think more than describing ourselves by what we are not. So sustainability is more than not waste. And instead, when we embed a sustainable mindset into what we do, we realize, you can extend it. So the sustainability from a finance perspective is it's not sufficient to just cut costs. And that's often the first, like, oh no, we're having we're having margin difficulties. Let's cut costs. Well, yeah, we just can't cut our way to a future without growth. Like, we have to understand. And so being able to grow in a way that actually helps build the positive attributes and strength. Just like in the human body, we can grow, and we can grow with muscle, or we can grow with adipose. It's just they're different ways of growth, but one is healthier than the other.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we can have a lot of time in the next week during RSNA to discuss these things, and even next ECR in Vienna with the main topic, plant radiology, with a wonderful blue background. And I'm so happy to meet you again in a week in Chicago, Illinois, and then even in Vienna to discuss these topics. And I think that there will be a lot of time to with some moment with a roundtable to this to go over, and even to go deeper to a lot of concepts you explained already. And I think from this conversation we will have a lot of things to do together, and with other people in the topic of sustainability. And now I think we can go to end this wonderful and peaceful conversation with you. And I say thank you to stay with me in with this crazy idea to discuss of beauty and sustainability of radiology. Do you have any final thought?
Well, I want to first of all thank you, and thank any of our viewers who are watching. I think we're all busy, and for anyone to take time to want to learn, I think that's. I just want to say thank you. My ask for everyone is to think about the concept of sustainability, and think about one way that we might be able to be more sustainable in our home lives, perhaps eating more plant-based meals, or cooking one extra meal at home a week, and then to think about work, and think about what might be a way to help the workforce, or help patients, or help the environment in a way that promotes the future success. So that can be powering down our electronics, or it can be trying to recruit individuals to the workforce who are interested in the environment.
Wonderful suggestions. I would like also to remember that Reed Omary has a blog, thegreenleap.com, and is always fascinating and illuminating with his thought. And for everyone, I say thank you to stay with us, and please give us comments and suggestions for the future live. And I would like to say, as always, from Legnano near Milan, Italy, and from Nashville, United States of America, thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.